What's up, you guys? After Show Reacts here, and today I'm going to be reacting to some more Stargate SG-1. This is Season 4, Episode 5. I have a cat in my lap. She doesn't want to be here, but I want her to be here. Say hello. 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 How you doing? Anyways, I just wanted to have a quick discussion before going into the comments. There's been a few people that have, like, I don't know, there's been some talk that people don't think I enjoy the show. I just want to set the record straight. I really like the show. These past 2 weeks in particular, though, I've had a lot of, my mental state hasn't been great. What are you so scared for? She's so scared all the time. I'm trying to, like, get her to not be scared, but she's, like, shaking. Look at yourself. Look how scared she looks. Maybe I should just put her down. You want to say hello quickly? Alright, you want to go, I'll let you go. Right, so, yeah, last week in particular, I actually felt really not well, and, like, pretty much immediately after I finished the episodes, I went and I passed out for, like, a couple of hours. Like, I don't know if it's in particular, like, last week's reactions, you know, you guys felt like I wasn't enjoying them or whatever, or if it's been a constant thing that you've been feeling. I don't really know. The only thing I can tell you is that I am enjoying the show. You know, some people think maybe I am only reacting to this because it does well on the polls, and, you know, while the polls are nice to know how you guys feel about the show, like how you guys are like, I guess how you guys are reacting to my reactions to said shows, said series, you know. That doesn't really influence my opinion on whether or not I want to continue a show or not. I mean, just look at Charmed, for example. From, like, day 1 or whatever, it's been, like, it never gets any votes on the poll, but I still do it. Even when I didn't enjoy the show at all. So, like, I don't know, I think I make it very well known when I don't enjoy a show, and when I feel like a show's not, doing as well, as I hope it would be doing. I don't know, I feel like some shows, I may not be giving, like, the biggest reactions to these, because, I mean, I'm just kind of trying to understand what's going on and, you know, the science stuff, but it doesn't mean that I'm not enjoying it. Some shows I feel like are really good, but there isn't, like, a whole lot of reactive, I don't know, like, shows like Ally McBeal, for example, I enjoy it. It's not my favorite show. I enjoy it a lot, though, but it gets a lot of reaction out of me because of, you know, some of the things that they say and some of the things that they do, like the silliness and, you know, the comedic moments and that kind of stuff. Whereas Stargate doesn't really have, like, what the fuck moments, you know? But that doesn't mean that I'm not, like, enjoying it. I just think that sometimes it doesn't have, like, a very reactive nature to it, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Look, if I didn't enjoy the show, I wouldn't continue, honestly. Okay, maybe I would continue, but I would tell you I'm not enjoying the show very much. I never thought I would be watching a sci-fi show, like a full-on sci-fi show. because I'm not big on sci-fi, but here I am. I'm enjoying it. I am. Like, every time that there's, like, a circle teleporty object on a TV show now, I'm like, that's a Stargate! And, like, you know, granted, you know, they've changed the theme song, or not theme song, the intro scene, the intro, and therefore I don't know, maybe I'm not singing along to it because it's kind of shit now, I don't know, but, like, I can't help that they decided to do that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I try to make these as fun as possible, and maybe they're not for you guys. I don't know. I'm aware that, like, some shows I have appeared to enjoy a lot more and had a bit more reactivity of it. But again, I think it's just based on the type of show that it is. And, you know, I don't know. I'm enjoying the show. I don't know what to tell you. I just thought I would set the record straight because there was a lot of discussion in the comments for last week's episodes. I don't know. I know I've said that a ton of times now, but I don't know what else to say. I enjoy the show. And I'm not gonna just, like, randomly just make faces just for the sake of making faces. Like, I don't know, it's my first time reaction. I want to give you realism, I don't know. Anyways, how you guys doing? You good? I've been extremely anxious all week. I have the dentist on Friday. I've had several anxiety attacks this week alone. But how about you guys? Right. Last week's 2 episodes. And Miss Willow, she was very cute, but she seemed so uncomfortable. I don't know why. Right. Alright. Just a point of clarification. That is not a goatee on Tilk. It is a soul patch. Why is it blonde? To match his gold thingamabob on his forehead. Tilk be styling. Well, I mean, is there an actual reason why it's blonde? Like, did he take a role where he needed to have a soul patch? I don't know. You asked what would the inside of the Asgard ship look like. Orange shag carpeting, Guinness beer posters, and a DVD shelf with every episode of MacGyver. Okay. Anise also means tastes like black licorice. Okay. If you could have one superpower for a limited time and it would start weakening or failing and eventually stop altogether, but you don't know when, what superpower would you want? You know, I think teleportation would be cool, but I wouldn't want it to stop working and I would be like across the country or something. Or across the world. I mean, I would love telekinesis, but if I know that this power would start weakening, I would know that I would lose this power. I would have the power to turn things into gold. And then, once, it's gone, I have all these gold objects I can sell. Or, I don't know, To create money from thin air. I don't know, okay? Look, I'm human. If you didn't know, Vanessa Angel was cast as Xena, warrior princess, only to drop out of the pilot 2 days before filming was beginning. In desperation, the producers screen tested the actresses hired to play the extra roles of Xena Amazon followers. That explains why, like, Lucy Lawless is in, like, because I reacted to Amazon, like the Amazon Hercules movie. And I recognized Lucy Lawless there, and I was like, well, this is weird, right? And so that makes so much more sense now. Okay. So just, I will actually read this, just to clarify everything. No offense, really, you're a great reactor, but if you considered stopping SG-1 reactions. I remember when you reacted to Buffy and Supernatural, how your reactions were. With SG-1, you look half miserable and half bored. And then, you know, this is the standard facial reaction. I mean, to be honest, I can't... I'm not torturing myself watching the show. I'm not... I can't just have, like, a smile on my face for, like, a whole episode, like every single episode. I need to, like, listen in and understand what's going on. And as for the mention about, like, Buffy and Supernatural, I mean, like I said, some shows have more of a reactive nature, have more what the fuck moments, or, like, big shocking, I don't know. That doesn't mean I'm not enjoying the show. I like Stargate, I do. I'm a very fussy person. I'm, like, extremely, extremely fussy. I say no to things all the time. I wouldn't be reacting to this if I genuinely didn't like it, or if I... Like, I did say I'd probably still just watch it just to see how it ends and all that kind of stuff, but... Man, if I really don't like something, I can stop. And, I mean... I don't know about you, but, like, half of Supernatural was fucking filler. I don't know what you're thinking about there. But anyways. So just a little bit more Stargate trivia. Dan Shea, the actor who plays Sergeant Siler, is actually a stuntman. I believe someone's already told me this before. That's why I made a joke about him. I made a joke. I don't know what my joke was, but I did. Yes, he does some acting here and there, but he's much more prolific of a stuntman or stunt double. And actually does a lot of the stunt double stuff on both SG-1 and Atlantis. He is also a stunt coordinator. So when you see O'Neill knocking down the edge of the stairs, it's probably really him doing his own stunts. Yeah, that's why I made a joke. I swear I made a joke there. I did, because you guys have told me, like, in the episode where he got electrocuted, that he's a stuntman. I remember these things. I do. For Teal'c being married, Dreyark had the marriage removed so she could remarry and get a better life for Ryuk. I don't know. Since there was no mention of them getting remarried, so they could very well be technically still divorced. I mean, yes. But I don't know. It still felt weird. I don't know. But since neither actually stopped loving each other and they still had an emotional bond and relationship, it does seem odd that Teal'c would hook up with another woman. Yes. Yes. I agree. It's not unheard of for a divorced couple to still have a strong emotional bond. They may separate because they have different needs. Maybe one decided they didn't want children and the other did. Or one needed to adhere the Tari while... one needed to aid the Tari, while the other wanted to raise their son in an environment of not being hunted and killed. Doesn't mean they don't still love each other. It doesn't mean they can't get remarried with someone else or get busy with a praying mantis woman. It still felt weird, to be honest. I don't know. I never noticed the Buffy connection before, and I've seen both shows several times, though. Learning something new every day. Well, that's great. I love when, we can learn something new together. True, while shows like this and Smallville, for instance, are some of my absolute favorites to this day, when rewatching them and seeing the CGI now, I can't help but raise an eyebrow to some of it. Did my younger self really think some of the early effects looked great? The answer, indeed. You're wondering what the interior looked like. Your Neo-class ship I was flying around with, Imperium, had a workshop ship. I still have him. The interior did not match that of the show at all, though. Limitations of the game. Yeah. You, a niece. That also means someone that is your brother's daughter. Good one for it, although in this case it's a niece. But I like your joke. I've legit never heard of it before. Okay. Yeah, I am bummed about the intros too. Seeing and hearing you sing along with them was fun. I find the explanation as to why they changed to be dumb. They could have made some new intros, yet instead they added some boring ass intro instead. Sounds like half-assing it to me. But I can assure you, you'll be singing along to the intro sooner than you think. I hope so. I miss it. Damn, Tilk got knocked the fuck out. If only O'Neill had knocked his goatee off too. I suppose at the time of the episode was airing, geek was still considered a bit of an insult. I'm glad we've got over that though. Yeah, geek is the new popular. I'm just saying, if you're not a geek, then you're a weirdo. What can I say? I was wondering where "we'll need snacks" comes from. I remember seeing a gif of O'Neill saying that a while back. I thought it was funny, but I couldn't share it at the time. I guess next time it comes in handy, I will be. I'm not seeing any Speed Force lightning on SG-1 when there's super speeding fruits. I'm humming the Smallville Trials theme instead. Yeah, fair. They can't use these armbands anymore. Elise literally stated 2 scenes earlier that once they wear out on a person who's wearing them, one would be able to use one anymore. And to use them on other SG teams, I suppose, would be too much of a risk. Well, that's what I'm saying. They could use it on other SG teams. I wasn't claiming at all that, Sam, Daniel, or Jack would be, using them again. That wasn't what I was claiming. I was saying that they could still use them on other SG teams. But how cool would it be, though? I don't think it's too much of a risk, to be honest. I mean, they can work out how long it will take. Science, Then again, it'd also be OP, I suppose. Damn straight, not willing to leave someone you care about behind. That's me. That is true. If I were to guess, Shonuk's emblem was gold because she was a high priestess, much like Tilk was the first prime, which meant he had a gold emblem. The high priestesses also have a somewhat similar emblem to indicate their status. We've seen normal priestess before in the pilot episode, but SG-1 first wed to Chulak. Their emblems were black, and it adds up, I think. I don't know. Look, it just looked like it was painted on it. It didn't look real. I don't know. It looked like they half-assed it, in my opinion, though. I don't think Teal'c is still married, as we saw in Season 2, Drayok. Remarried someone, the other dude, which upset Teal'c at the time. And while at the time Teal'c did end up kissing Drayok, this caused the new hubby to get upset and later die at the hands of O'Neill after the hubby tried to betray them. Teal'c didn't remarry Drayok. He's still very much single. It still feels weird. I don't know. You might know this actor who plays the dude who is willing to be a host from an episode of Charmed. He played some dude called Selleck in Charmed 8/19. Selleck Charmed. Okay, he was an upper level Dark Lighter. Oh, that explains that I remember it. Okay. Okay, cool. Okay, that was most decidedly not how Tok'ra minded Goa'uld would enter a new host. What? As you may or may not remember, the Tok'ra like to leave no marks on the host because they see it as a painful reminder, stated, I believe, in Tok'ra Part 1. I think this was a clear sign that the Goa'uld that Shanuk was carrying was misleading everyone. Yeah, I guess. Man, the way Teal'c slowly looks up again, if looks could kill, that Goa'uld dude would be super dead. Yes. Alrighty-o. Let's get into it. Rawr!
Tuesday doesn't work for the president.
The High Council of the Tok'ra is making his first journey to Earth to sign an official treaty that outlines our new alliance in the fight against the Goa'uld.
I'm glad he's back. I was worried that he was just gone and we just got a replacement in the Anise girl.
It's a tricky proposition where we're from.
The president means no disrespect, but he has to appear before Congress on Tuesday, and there's no way to make up an excuse to get out of that.
Wednesday. How's Wednesday?
Wednesday will be fine.
Colonel O'Neill, Dr. Jackson, Major Graham, Captain Blasdale. May I present Supreme High Counselor Persis.
Please.
The hell is that?
If you're late.
It's an honor to meet you.
Look out!
How did Jack see that? Like he was behind and what?
Stop.
Did he just suicide Bob?
What happened?
I'd like to know that.
Well, the High Counselor came in, Martouf introduced us, and Graham went nuts.
Look, Martouf,
Obviously, I do not believe you were complicit with Major Graham's actions.
Well, we weren't, but just out of curiosity, how can you be sure we weren't?
I cannot.
I can. Major Graham was a Zaytark,
a what?
the victim of Goa'uld mind control technology.
A what?
I believe a mission is programmed into the victim's subconscious. That programming is covered with a false memory.
You knew this threat was out there?
Freya has presented her theory to the High Council, but it is only conjecture. The existence of this technology is thus far unconfirmed.
Now, you see, this is just the kind of irresponsible, uncooperative...
I agree, Colonel. Unfortunately, the High Council did not, despite the fact that I documented 3 incidents within the last 2 months.
In 2,000 years, the Tok'ra have never bowed to Goa'uld terrorism. We will not start now.
Either way, it is true that any of your personnel who may have encountered the Goa'uld in the last 2 months may have fallen victim.
The problem is, Zaytark programming is virtually impossible to detect.
That is not true.
Your
But
method
they
is
know of
unproven.
it.
It worked on one previous occasion.
Even that is in question.
It is all we have right now.
Do we or do we not have a Xanax detector?
What about the information about the Zatarks provided by the token?
Pretty limited to speculation, sir. I did a full examination of Major Graham before he went to Vorash, and he seemed to be in perfect health. His blood work.
But that always happens. You have a full examination of people, and then something weird happens to them. Like 90% of the time.
Actually work.
It's alien technology. I have no way of knowing.
Oh yeah, that like memory device
Try to
thing.
stay
They'd be
calm.
able to work that out from there,
Direct your
right?
vision here. I will ask you some questions to lead your thoughts. Please answer as completely and truthfully as possible. Describe for me your recent mission to P6Y325.
So it's a lie detector.
It's even more. It can detect whether a person is being truthful, even if they are not aware they are lying,
So it reads the subconscious?
and compares it to the conscious memory. It was originally created to verify information retrieved through the torture of captured Goa'uld.
That thing on her forehead looks like a Tok'ra memory recall device.
Yes, a modified version. It is able to decipher whether the memory being recalled by the subject is true or false.
So it indicates a Zatark because the Goa'uld use false memories to cover the program?
And that is Anissa's theory, yes.
Can you identify the Zatark's mission?
Unfortunately, no. It will only tell us if a person is a Zatark, not what he's programmed to do.
Hello.
Graham and I got separated from Captain Glasdale and Sergeant Lewis. I thought we were lost.
She is a Zatark. Lieutenant Astor's mind has been altered.
You think so? What do we do?
There is a procedure we could try.
Is it safe?
It is experimental at best.
That doesn't
General,
explain
need I
whether or
remind
not
you
it's
what
safe.
happened the last time we trusted this woman?
You are referring to my symbiote Anise, Colonel, and I would not suggest this if I thought there was a better alternative.
What's the worst case scenario?
The procedure actually damages the portion of the brain that has been affected by the Zatark technology.
Lieutenant Astor could lose more than just her false memory.
Let's give Lieutenant Astor the choice.
I have to admit, I'm a little scared.
What?
Actually, that's not true. I'm
We didn't
terrified.
even get
I
to ask her.
understand.
We're just
Please
doing
try to
it.
stay calm.
We're just assuming
I
she
swear I
chose.
shot that Jafar.
6 other SG team members died that night. Yet you and your team managed to get through the Stargate unharmed.
I thought we were just that good.
I am going to begin.
It hurts. Stop! Please! Stop!
Stop the procedure!
Okay, so whatever it is activated her. I mean, I feel like you could have done something to stop that. Not just shout no.
Thank you, Doctor. Both SFs suffered serious injuries, but they're going to be okay.
The Goa'uld programming must have an embedded failsafe that prevents it from being tampered with. I am sorry you have lost another member of your team. I hold myself accountable.
The Goa'uld are ultimately accountable.
Unfortunately, we cannot analyze
like
the
that would have
affected
happened
area of the
anyways.
victim's brain post-mortem due to the self-inflicted damage.
Would that really make a difference?
I believe it would, yes.
There will be no summon unless we can be sure there's no threat to the President.
We can complete the Zatark testing in time.
And if we find more?
Greater things than the summit will be in jeopardy, Colonel. Proceed. Dismissed.
Well, this is fun. Who's next?
SG-1. Now let's move to your mission on PX-9757.
Drawing a blank.
Your mission was to destroy a new ship being built by Apophis.
Well, you know all about that.
But the device only works if you recount your exact memory of the events.
At that point, we realized they wouldn't come off.
You can jump ahead to the part where you went through the gate.
We were so strong and fast that Jafar on the other side didn't stand a chance.
I went after the Naquita.
Don't move!
After that,
I headed back to meet Jack and Sam.
When I realized Carter wasn't with me, I stopped. I went back for her.
what happened next?
That's when your genius armband stopped working.
couldn't get through the shield again.
No.
When I woke up, I saw Colonel O'Neill unconscious on the other side of the force shield. I called his name, and he woke up. I realized that there was no way I was going to get through that force shield. I told the Colonel to try and get out without me.
To leave you behind?
Yes. The timer on the C4 was counting down. Now, I knew that without the advantage of the armbands, it was going to be tight getting back to the Stargate before the ship's power core exploded.
What did Colonel O'Neill do?
Sir, there's no time.
A couple of Jaffa came around the corner.
And then...
We got lucky.
that's it?
Yeah.
Took showed up.
The C4 explosion must have taken out the shield generator. Did you see that? The force shield disappeared and we ran.
Sounds easy.
Well,
What?
I wouldn't say
Took
that.
showed up. He took them out, didn't he?
Are you sure you're telling me everything?
Oh, I tried to go for the Naquita.
Forget that. Leave it.
Am I
Colonel
misremembering?
O'Neill ordered me to leave it.
That's everything.
Yeah. You're not serious.
Yeah, you're forgetting the Tilk thing.
What?
Sir, this has to be a mistake.
Tell me about it.
Can you talk to General Hammond about getting me retested? I mean, there must
Us.
be... What?
Us retested. Apparently I'm one of those Zark things, too. I'm across the hall.
That can't be.
I know.
Although we were both unconscious at the same time.
Apparently.
Sir, are you worried that it's at least possible?
A little.
I like that they're bringing back an episode prior to this.
Zetards.
I don't know.
We can't prove they aren't.
We must continue to keep them isolated in order to prevent them from being exposed to their programming triggers.
We don't know for sure it's the president.
No.
Then we're talking about keeping them confined indefinitely.
At least until we can come up with another course of action.
The good news is that we have found no more Zetarks among SGC personnel. The High Counselor and his advisors have also been tested back on Vorash. There should be no danger to the summit meeting.
I want good news regarding Colonel O'Neill and Major Carter.
What shall I tell the High Counselor regarding the meeting with the President?
It's on.
You are probably not happy to see me.
Well, if you're not here to tell me it's all a big mistake, I might be a little glum.
I have come to apologize. It is sort of our fault you are a Zetark. Maybe a little more Anise than me.
I knew that. I just don't know why yet.
The experiment with the armbands was the reason you went on the mission to destroy Apophis' new ship.
Hey, listen. What if you're wrong, and Carter and I aren't really,
Zetarks?
Zetarks?
I do not believe that is possible.
Is there something else?
I had not thanked you for saving my life on Vorash, when you saved me for a second time during the situation with Lieutenant Astor.
No offense, but I'd have done it for anyone.
What the hell?
What you
Huh?
I originally came from a planet where the people were not afraid to show their affection for someone. When we wanted to Loma Shem,
Excuse me?
I believe you call it...
Something else.
Anise, my symbiote, is far more interested in Dr. Jackson on an intellectual level. She would have to suffer.
Look, there's so many reasons why this is wrong and weird and wrong. Did I mention wrong?
Is it because I share my body with Anise?
For starters.
Do you not find me attractive?
Oh, you're... Hey. I could blow here any minute.
If I were the target, your Zetark programming would have triggered long ago.
Good point.
Is there someone else to whom you are loyal?
That's not really the point here, is it?
No answer.
I sensed you have been made uncomfortable by my offer.
No. Well, yeah.
I had heard that the humans of Earth had many inhibitions and stigmas surrounding intimacy.
Yes. Yes, I've heard that too. There's also a matter of timing.
I am still quite hopeful we will find a way to help both you and Major Carter.
Then maybe you should be out doing that. What do you think?
Excuse me. I have been reviewing my notes on prior incidents with Zetarks, and I'm concerned that we are endangering Major Carter and Colonel O'Neill by keeping them confined.
Why?
In at least one case, I think the Zetark lost control when it became evident that they could no longer achieve their objective.
So by keeping them confined,
They won't be able to fulfill their programming and they will become self-destructive.
Why hasn't that happened yet?
The triggering event
Just
hasn't
take every
occurred yet.
self-destructive
However, if
thing
that
out of the room.
passes,
the meeting between the High Counselor and the President.
What if we postpone?
That could have the same effect if the program part of their minds believes they're no longer able to fulfill the goal.
So, what do we do?
Come again?
Bottom line is, there's a chance you could come out completely intact. Or not. Or not.
What's Carter say?
I don't know. Martoof is explaining it to her now.
What would you do?
I honestly don't know.
She made a pass at me.
Sam?
A niece. Freya, one of them.
Really?
The host half?
That's odd.
You're telling me. Odd timing, too, don't you think?
Yes.
Apparently the snake likes you.
Really?
Unless she's the one that's
Yep, I think these are the
Something.
Jack O'Neill moments I would probably miss the most.
What?
What?
Come to say your goodbyes?
If there's anything that you require of me,
Another option.
There is still time to try the procedure.
You said if you could have done a proper autopsy on Astor, you might have been able to solve this thing.
It would have provided much more information.
We'll do it.
What?
Hey, I've done the drugged out, strapped to the bed thing.
And if what happened to Lieutenant Astor happens to you?
he does seem like the one that would be most willing to
Maybe
do
it'll
it.
help Carter.
He's always willing to sacrifice himself if it
Her brain's worth a
You
lot
know.
more than mine.
if it gets them results for something. We've seen it time and time again.
What? He can't.
He's on his way down now. Sam?
Colonel! You have to stop him.
It's his choice.
Carter? What's up?
Could we have a moment alone, please?
What's going on?
We're not Zatarks.
How do you know?
The machine thinks that we have false memories, but we don't. We were lying.
I wasn't lying.
Okay, you left something out.
No, I didn't.
When you wouldn't leave me. But are you sure there wasn't something else that you're not admitting?
What are you talking about?
Something neither one of us can admit given our working relationship or military ranks.
Oh. Oh, that.
Sir, we weren't telling the whole truth. And that's why the machine thinks the memories are false.
Really?
Retest him.
We're admitting things.
Major Carter was trapped behind the force shield.
That's right.
Sir, there's no time.
There were sounds.
You did everything you could.
Yes.
You couldn't save her,
No.
but you still could have saved yourself.
I guess.
Sir?
I know! No!
What happened next?
Sir, just go!
No!
What were you feeling?
Like someone who was about to die.
Sir,
I didn't leave. Because I'd have rather died myself than lose Carter.
Why?
Because I care about her. A lot more than I'm supposed to.
You are not a Zatark.
now retest me.
You are also not a Zatark.
Thank you.
Carter?
None of this has to leave this room.
We're okay with that?
Yes, sir.
All right, so if they're not Zatarks, then they're no threat to the president.
Oh, I have some questions for him.
Every SGC personnel has been tested. Even the High Counselor and his personal guard were tested on Vorash before they came.
What about you? You've been tested on that thing?
Yeah.
I have not been in any situations where I would be vulnerable to the Goa'uld Zatark technology.
What about Martouf?
Why would we not have tested them? No. I don't want him to die.
Excuse me. Martouf, can I talk to you outside for a second?
Supreme High Counselor Persis of the Toka, may I introduce the President of the United States of America?
Oh my god, this is the first time we're seeing the president. This seems like a bit of an oversight, I'm just saying. No! No.
Samantha.
Is he dead or alive? Because they did shoot him twice.
everyone
But
okay?
I don't know.
Is the president all right?
He's okay. But I'm afraid this man isn't the president. The real president is still waiting for our signal in Air Force One. We had to be absolutely sure.
I see. May that be the last time such a deception is required by either of us.
I promise you his death will ultimately prove to be a noble sacrifice.
No. I liked him. They brought it back just to kill him. Ugh. What is this supernatural? Such an oversight. Why would you not test everybody? Alrighty, well that was Stargate SG-1 Season 4 Episode 5. I really feel like they should have tested absolutely everybody, including Martouf, but okay, apparently we're just gonna not. We had an admission. Admission of feelings here. Ooh. I like that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one.